Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is going to be my first ever makeup tutorial. I've just filmed this look for you here. It's quite a colourful glam look and I really hope you enjoy it, so let's get straight into the video. Okay, to start with I'm going to be taking this MAC Mineralize water primer, and I just like to apply that with my hands all over my face. Okay, then I like to take my Conceal and Hydrate Concealer by Revolution in the shade 2, CO2, and I'm just going to apply that all over the base of my lid. Then I like to take this Jessup 233 cream shader brush, and I just basically like to carve out my brow bone with the same product. Then I just like to spread that shade all around my eye and just pat in the product, making sure that it's nice and blended. Next I'm going to take this 142 concealer buffer brush by Jessup, and I'm just basically going to blend all of that into my eye, just to make sure that there's no harsh edges and everything is blended nice and smooth. Next I'm going to be taking my Kryolan palette and I'm going to use this red shade. And I'm just packing that colour onto my lid space. Again with the same palette, I'm going to take this peachy orange shade and I'm going to use that to blend the crease. So I actually ended up using two of the orange shades that were next to each other, as it wasn't really showing up and I wanted it to be a bit more vibrant. Next I'm going to be taking this Revolution highlighter pot. I'm not too sure what this shade is, but it's quite a nice pinky champagne colour, and I'm just going to pop that on my lid. So I did actually end up using MAC Fix Plus just to wet my brush a little bit before applying this pigment. I'm then just taking my blending brush again and I'm just blending that just to soften the edges. I'm then taking this MAC Dazzle Shadow Liquid, and this is in the shade Everyday Sunshine. And then I'm just popping this on top of the Revolution highlighter that we placed beforehand, just to give it a bit more of a glow and a shine. I'm then taking the same brush that I used to blend the Revolution highlighter beforehand, and I'm just making sure that the edges are again blended seamlessly. I do really like how this came out, especially with the colours. I thought it was really pretty and definitely took a catch to the eye. I then took my fluffy brush that I used to blend the crease, and I'm just basically blending over everything again to make sure that it's nice and seamless. And then again taking the Revolution concealer, and I'm just basically popping that underneath my eyes so that I can do the eyeshadow underneath. Then I'm going to be taking this 110 face brush and just basically blending out all of my concealer and making sure that I get right underneath my eye. Then I'm going to be taking the same fluffy brush that I used for my crease underneath my eye and taking that red shade in the Kryolan palette again and basically just blending that underneath. Then I'm taking that orange shade and I'm just using that to make sure that everything's nice and blended and I get that warmth from the orange again to match the top of my eye. Next, I'm going to be taking this Ordinary foundation, and this is the Coverage foundation, and I use this in the shade 3.0Y. Okay, so I did actually take a slightly lighter shade of the same foundation, but this was in the shade 2.0N. And to blend that, I'm just going to be using my Morphe M536 brush. Then I'm going to be using the Jessup 103 Defined Buffer Brush just to go in and make sure everything is nice and blended and not so tacky. Again, I'm going to be taking the Revolution concealer again just to make sure that I have some highlights on my face, and I like to put this under my eyes, on my nose, forehead, chin and sides of my cheeks. And then I'm using the 122 Petite Stippling brush just to blend this all together and make sure it's nice and seamless. I'm then going to be taking my Urban Decay Ultimate Basics palette, and then I'm going to be using the Jessup 230 Luxe Pencil brush to just put that underneath my brow bone. I then just take my fluffy brush again and just to make sure that everything is nice and blended to my liking. I'm then taking another Revolution concealer, and this is in the shade C15, and I'm basically just applying little dots in my contoured areas to make sure that it's nice and bronzed. I'm next going to be taking the BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in Coco Cutie and just applying that on top of where I applied the cream contour. Next, taking the Jessup 101 Face Luxe Definer brush, I'm just going to be applying, I did actually use Nars Orgasm Blush, and I just like to apply this on the tops of my cheeks. Next, using the Soap & Glory Super Cat eyeliner. This is actually a felt tip liner. I really like using this to do my own eyeliner just because I find it really quite easy. The brush seems to flow really nicely on my eye, and yeah. Next, I'm taking the MAC shimmer in golden bronze, and I'm just taking my 105 Luxe highlight brush from Jessup and basically just applying that on the tops of my cheekbones. Next, using my Morphe Brow Gel in the shade Mocha and my Morphe M158 brush, I'm basically going to be underlining the bottom of my brow and then slightly brushing towards the end of my brow and fluffing it up from the front. Then taking my MAC lip liner in the shade Plum, I'm going to be lining my lips. I actually like to take my finger and use that to blend into my lips. Here you'll see me applying lashes. I will do this off camera just because it takes a while. Next, taking my Doll Beauty gloss in the colour Instafamous. I'm just going to be applying that to the centre of my lips. And to finish off this look, I'm just using my clear Morphe Brow Gel to just go over my brows and keep them tamed.